Welcome to That's a Bet podcast, where we talk about the intersection between barbering, entrepreneurship, and technology. In today's video, we're talking about YouTube and the growth of the creator economy. We did a video a few days ago on why you need to become a creator fast. You know, they're teaching people in school and they're teaching Generation Z and Gen Alpha how to become content creators. And YouTube talks about this infrastructure that is building for the creator economy. And you guys have to understand what's taking place in the market of the employment economy versus the creator economy. A lot of people are losing jobs and finding that it's difficult to secure a position with a company right now. So they have to turn to different things, second jobs like Uber and Lyft and possibly even content creation. So we're going to go ahead and get into this video and see what the CEO of YouTube is talking about in regards to the creator economy infrastructure and what we should look forward to.
Welcome to San Bruno, California, global headquarters to one of the most influential media companies in the world. YouTube launched in 2005 with a simple video of a guy at the zoo. He's one of the original co-founders.
And that's pretty much all there is to say.
It quickly became a central hub for users to upload and share videos online.
Daddy bit me.
Now, YouTube is an entertainment colossus that's even bigger than Netflix. YouTube, which is owned by Google, has grown into a one-stop shop for your favorite.
Yeah, so I just did a video on that not too long ago. If you guys did not know that YouTube for the past 15 months have beat Netflix when it comes to streaming on the TV in the living room. And the CEO, he's basically going to let you guys know that the living room and the TV in the living room is the next frontier for YouTube. But let's continue to watch here.
Creators, news highlights, TV shows, movies, and even sports games. For the past 15 years, Neil Mohan has had a ringside seat to the transformation.
Hello.
Hey, Emily. Welcome to YouTube.
Mohan was one of the pioneers of internet advertising, a top executive at DoubleClick, the display ad juggernaut that Google bought in the early days of search. He went on to lead a chunk of Google's massive ad business. He's so valuable that Google reportedly paid him $100 million in stock not to leave. In 2015, He crossed the hallway to become YouTube's chief product officer, making him the point person for everything from developing new products and features to keeping users safe. He took the reins for the top job from Susan Wojcicki in 2023.
I've been working with YouTube even before either I or YouTube were part of Google, when it was above Pizza Parlor right down the street here in San Mateo. And so I have really seen that journey really kind of from me at the zoo to what it's become today.
Now, as CEO, he's tasked with taking the video platform to new heights and tackling its biggest problems: hate, misinformation, its impact on kids, all while dealing with the unprecedented challenges of AI and keeping the world's largest creator economy afloat.
And the reason why I wanted to share this video with you guys is because we talk a lot about becoming a content creator on this channel, and it's important to understand the marketplace or the infrastructure that's going to be primarily responsible for the success of your creator business. It's never a good idea to go at something not totally understanding the big picture. So this video is going to give you guys a macro perspective instead of just, looking at your individual content business, and or maybe you just might be on TikTok or another platform. YouTube is the number one content creator platform that exists today. So YouTube is a foundation. I wanted to make sure that, on this channel, we learn more about the foundation of what's driving our content businesses. So they're about to get into some good stuff here.
You're now a year into the top job. More than a third of the planet is already watching YouTube. How do you plan to make it even bigger?
Really, the way I think about it is, YouTube's really kind of its own sort of unique thing. We're not a social media platform. We're not traditional media in the sense we're not linear television. We're really sort of our own thing. And so if we live up to that vision, we think we're really still in the early days of our growth story and fulfilling what our mission is, which is to give everyone a voice and show them the world.
Based on Nielsen's latest data, YouTube is now by far the biggest streamer in the world. Netflix close behind, and then everybody else drops way down. Hulu, Disney, Max. But you don't get the awards or the critical acclaim. What more does YouTube have to prove?
I do think that YouTube is getting recognized as that platform on television screens. We just surpassed 1 billion hours of watch time on living room screens. And you mentioned the Nielsen ratings. That is certainly something that when I speak to our advertising partners, the brands that look to build connections with consumers on our platform, they recognize that. And they see it as a place not just of this broad reach, the #1 streaming platform here in the US, but also reach that is engaged. And from a brand's perspective, that is something that they are really recognizing. Like I said, it's still the early days of our journey, but I do start to hear that more and more from our partners.
And so for a lot of people that say the content market is saturated, or it's too many creators in this niche, is too many creators in this segment. Here you have the CEO of YouTube saying that it's still the early stages of where they're at and what they're doing. You guys have to understand the business model behind the content market. And if you understand the business model behind the content market, then you'll understand that it's not saturated. It's almost impossible for it to be too saturated, because the model works based on garnering attention, and each individual creator has the ability to garner the attention of something, of somebody, of someone that can relate to them. So there's no cap on the side of garnering the attention. The only other cap that may be an issue is the amount of placements or the amount of impressions of where your content can be placed. There's the news feed, there's the home page, there's the For You pages. And obviously, people scroll for a certain amount of time. So there's going to be competition on what to show on the news feed, on the For You page, in relation to how long people are going to be scrolling on that feed. So there is some limitation right there. However, with the way that society is going and the place that society is driving things to, that placement problem is not going to be a problem in the future. When we talk about things like the metaverse and augmented reality, right now you could buy the Ray-Ban smart glasses. You can actually have your Ray-Ban glasses on and take pictures, and you can live stream on social media. Pretty soon that's going to turn into augmented reality as well, similar to where everybody was playing the Pokemon game, where they were walking around searching for Pokemon. Those glasses are going to be able to do something similar, with spatial computing. And so once that happens, the placement for advertisements and the placement for content is going to explode. The amount of places that you can put content. Just imagine. Okay, and I think this might hit home for you guys when you hear this. Imagine when everybody was going around playing the Pokemon game, and they were using you were using your phone to go around searching for Pokemon that might be around your house, that might be outside, down the street, wherever. Imagine instead of seeing that Pokemon, you were seeing a piece of content. Does that make sense? Does that resonate now? Instead of seeing a Pokemon, you were seeing a piece of content, like a video or a video message or a creator's new project that they just created. My point is that the amount of places that you can put a piece of content inside the metaverse or inside the augmented reality is infinite. It's infinite. So if that becomes infinite, then the amount of content that can be placed goes from being on a home news feed or For You page to being placed infinitely around, you know, on the wall, in the living room, outside, in the air, you know, right in front of your face. No, it's so many places where a piece of content will be able to go. And so that's going to solve for the problem that people think that there may be when it comes to creator saturation, thinking that it's too many creators. If the amount of placements increase, then the amount of creators creating content can also increase. And what I'm saying is that the amount of spaces that content can go is going to become infinite. It's going to become infinite. So hopefully you guys are keeping this in mind when you're thinking about your creator business, because you want to think about your creator business for the long haul, for the next 10, 15, 20 years, because that's what we're going to be doing in the future. We're going to be creating content to garner attention. You need to create attention to whether you're an employee, to get attention for a job you want, whether you're self-employed to get a client, whether you're a business owner to create attention for customers, whether you're an investor to attract attention for seeking investors. That's just where it's going. Attention is, as Gary Vaynerchuk say, the new currency. I hope you guys check out Gary Vaynerchuk's new book. I'll do a video on that so that you guys can understand the perspective that he has when it comes to attention. But let's keep going and seeing what the CEO of YouTube is saying.
YouTube is printing money for Google, as I understand it, upwards of $15 billion a year. Where will the future revenue growth come from? Talk to us about that strategy and how it will play in.
If you think about YouTube today compared to what YouTube was 5 years ago, or certainly 10 years ago, there are an order of magnitude more creators on our platform. We have a breadth of monetization offerings to support this creator economy, not just ads, but subscription business. That was the $15 billion subscription business across all of Google, but also direct to fan funding, like channel memberships and things like that. So there's an enormous amount of scale and complexity in the ecosystem that requires us to.
Hey, shout out to YouTube's monetization policy. You guys, we are not monetized yet. Make sure you go watch our content, subscribe to our channel, because we're on the road to getting monetized right now. We're not far. We're getting close, but make sure you guys go and do all that good stuff.
Rethink how we're going to support that creator ecosystem.
In this video, revealing a step-by-step tutorial on how to start a YouTube channel and how complete beginners are making $100 to $700 a day.
How much money I make? I make around $30,000 per month.
I quit my job in the middle of a pandemic to do YouTube full time.
But the goal is the same, which is to make our creators successful on our platform in two dimensions, in terms of building an audience, but also being able to earn a sustainable living from our platform.
Google's ad business is a monster, thanks in part to you. I mean, you obviously came in and DoubleClick in the early days, and
YouTube, I got to give it up to YouTube. They created a method that's going to change the way society works in a big percentage. With AI, artificial intelligence coming into our society, into the workplaces, competing with people having trouble finding jobs, and college degrees not being worth the same amount that they used to be worth. And then you come to the creator economy, where you don't have any barrier to entry. You don't have any degrees that are required in order to do it. You don't have any high costs that are required to do it. And then you say, here as a creator, you can make competitive income to what you were doing at that job. That job pays $30,000 to $40,000, $30,000 to $50,000 a year, and you can become a content creator on a YouTube platform and make $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, and even way more than that. But for a baseline, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 a year, you know, taking it serious at least as much as a part-time job, that's a very competitive opportunity compared to working at someone's job. So this battle between employment economy and creator economy is not going away. And I hope that you guys are staying in front of the trend so that as everybody else comes in to the creator economy, you'll be more of an expert and will be able to position yourself even better and within the creator economy. Let's keep going.
Are in the ad business, but also it's, you know, stirred controversy about privacy and tracking. What are some of the lessons that you've taken from that you're applying to YouTube?
What we are building for all of us as users of the platform, because ultimately it is that connection between fans and viewers and creators that is what's ultimately attractive to advertisers. So if you're not focused on that connection between creators and fans, everything that you're doing from an advertiser standpoint is sort of moot. So that's the first thing. The second is that monetization, building advertising products, and therefore being able to monetize all this amazing content on YouTube is a long-term game. We're going through that journey, for example, right now in terms of Shorts monetization and actually making Shorts a platform that is not just a great place to build an audience, but to also build a business.
So you've been at Google for 15 years. You joined when YouTube was best known for cat videos, and now you're carrying the Super Bowl. Like, did you ever imagine YouTube would be carrying the Super Bowl?
I've always felt that YouTube is a great place for fans. I happen to be a huge sports fan myself. And so
the Super Bowl, guys, pay attention to the trends. I always tell people to make sure that you are paying attention to the trend, follow where the money is going. The Super Bowl has said, you know what? We see TV not getting the ratings that it used to get. So we want to go where the attention is, which is on a YouTube platform. And we want viewers to be able to view us on that platform where the actual attention is. So it's a force. It's not a choice. It's a force. You might say, well, I don't want to become a content creator. I don't want to go into the creator economy. That's a choice. But as you see with the NFL and the Super Bowl, they, by market forces, needed to go where the attention was and get on the YouTube platform. And I'm saying that in the future, you as an individual person, by market forces, will be forced to get into the creator economy, which is why you should subscribe to this channel. If this video resonated with you guys, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Also, I'll make sure I put the link to my mastermind community down in the description or the comments. And I have not forgot about you guys. I know that a lot of people have been responding in the comments. It's been busy these last few days covering everything going on with former President Donald Trump. And so we just been having our hands full, but I'm going to reply to you guys in the comments and make sure I answer all of your questions. So as always, until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.